I am back sharing more about ostracism, specifically about how to identify an ostracizer. And while this topic may be a little uncomfortable for some, I think it's important to shed light on this basically what I call social rejection and really give tips and tools to people that would empower them to reclaim their power in these situations and how to counter this. Let's go back to the beginning about the ostracizer. So who is the ostracizer? The ostracizer is someone who wants to be seen rejecting you. Remember, this is something that happens and takes place in a group setting. So this is always done in public, in front of a group, or in front of more than one person. So they want to be seen rejecting you. They want to basically be the one who's calling the shots, the one who has the greatest influence over this group. They want to be able to make it seem like they have the best social status and are kind of making the calls as far as like rejecting you or making it known that you don't have as much social power as them. So it's important to note that ostracism is done completely on purpose. It's very intentional because remember, by rejecting you, it's gonna give everyone else the message that you shouldn't be accepted into this group. It's like communicating to everyone else the ostracizer's dominance and influence over the group. So one way they can do this is by like closing the proximity. It basically get within close proximity to you. So say you're here with one other person, the ostracizer is not right here with you, let's say two in this group, they're over there, but you're gonna notice they're gonna make their way where you two are talking. So they're gonna get within close proximity to you, and they can either stand behind you, or if you're sitting down, stand over you. But the most important thing they're gonna do is be within eye contact of that other person, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna give off certain facial cues that will communicate their disapproval of you. One thing you'll notice is that they'll get really quiet when you're talking and they'll just stare at you. No, though they won't give any nonverbals other than like maybe a look of disgust or like disinterest, but they won't make eye contact with you, but they will make eye contact with that other person. So as they're doing this, they're going to intentionally distract other people from you. So this other person that's here, the ostracizer, is already working, and their goal is to get that person distracted and not paying attention to what you're saying. They'll kind of force their way into this conversation, even though this conversation had nothing to do with them. They'll force their way into the conversation and basically hijack it, right? They'll hijack it and then kind of just take over the conversation and really say like all that needs to be said about this subject. So say you all are talking about something specific, they'll just go on and on and on, and basically at the end of it, it's like you don't even have anything else to say, or there's really nothing else for you to say, because they basically taken over the conversation, and you're kind of left like, oh well, yeah, they basically said everything I was going to say. There's nothing else for me to say. That's exactly what they want to do. That's exactly what their goal is. They'll leave you with basically no room to say anything, and you'll never be able to finish your point. Then they'll change the subject to a whole completely different subject. They've just taken over the whole conversation, and they've gained the floor. So they own the conversation, they own the floor now. Another thing they can do is say you're talking to a specific person, they're in the room, they'll call this person to them, and then you're kind of just left standing there. So like say you all know each other, right? Even though they could be included in the conversation, not hijack the conversation, but they could be included in the conversation, or they can come and it be a collaborative thing. They'll call that person to them, leaving you alone and by yourself, like just leaving you completely behind. So now you're left out of the conversation. Also, it can be someone who talks about plans or makes plans without you, like when you are not present, but you are in a group, you're in a particular group, you all hang out together, you're in a group together, you all know each other, you hang out all the time, but they will specifically make plans and arrangements as soon as you leave or once you're no longer there. And within a group, if you all are that close, you would think there would still be communication. Like, okay, even if I'm not there, someone would communicate what the plans are, but they will never communicate what those plans are. So they always are inviting everyone else but leaving you out every time. And then what they want you to do is really jump through hoops to be able to be a part. And even though they could communicate to you what the plans are and still invite you, now they want you to feel that rejection and know that you've been excluded. And now they want you to start performing and doing more to get picked or accepted or to be invited. Another thing they do is that they use other people's names within the conversation, and it's the eye contact thing. They will refuse to make eye contact with you. So the other person that's there, they'll use their name a lot, or they'll use other people's names a lot. You notice that they'll just call this person's name all the time. And as they're doing that, basically this person is internally acknowledging that, hey, this person sees me. And so, automatically this other person's going to give the ostracizer a certain level of respect because they are being seen by the ostracizer or whatever. And then the ostracizer is intentionally going to withhold making eye contact with you, but will continue to only make eye contact with the other individual. So you're in this interaction and your eyes are basically just going back and forth between these two people. Yeah, so while your eyes are just going back and forth this whole time from this person to the ostracizer, the ostracizer is absolutely making no eye contact with you to communicate you're not important.